Yeah. I know housing prices have gone up a lot in the past 2 years. They've gone up everywhere in pretty much every city and every state in the US, but I still maintain that the Savannah metro area is far less expensive than most other beach towns. And I'm going to prove it to you. Because Redfin just put out an article called The 6 Most Affordable Savannah Suburbs to Live In, and I think you're going to be shocked when you hear how affordable the #1 spot is. But before I tell you what the 6 suburbs are, we have to talk a little bit about why Savannah at all. The historic district downtown is old and spooky, and it's a lot like New Orleans. Cobblestone streets, 200-year-old buildings, places that have a reputation for being haunted, and we have trees dripping with Spanish moss. It's totally cool. There are plenty of job opportunities. It's on the coast, so you can go to the beach every day if you want to. We have an airport, we have lots of hospitals, we have a great tourism industry, we have tons of dining out and nightlife. It's just a pretty awesome place to live. Savannah itself is in Chatham County, but we also have Bryan County and Effingham County, and together those three make up the immediate metro Savannah area with lots of different suburbs. So with that, let's take a look at the city that came in #6, Midway. Midway used to be a very rural area south of Savannah on your way to Florida. But now that Pooler and Effingham County are getting so built out, builders are starting to move into Midway. Even though Midway is very affordable with a median home price of $302,000, it's also really close to one of the most exclusive and swanky areas around. You may have heard that J.Lo and Ben Affleck just got married at their palatial 87-acre estate, which is only a few minutes away from Midway. Can you imagine going to Publix to buy milk and eggs and seeing J.Lo walking through the deli section? That would be so crazy. Midway is a bit of a drive from Savannah though, so that could either be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on whether or not you like being in the city. If you want to be out in the country and have no traffic and lots of privacy, you're probably going to love Midway. But if you work downtown, you just have to know that you're going to have a bit of a commute. It's roughly 30 miles from Savannah. Coming in at #5 on Redfin's list is Port Wentworth with a median home price of $290,000. Port Wentworth is only about 15 minutes outside of the city, and it has townhomes and single-family homes, apartment buildings, and a few condos. There are plenty of restaurants, and it's only a couple of exits down I-95 to get to the airport. So if you travel a lot, it's really a great place to consider because it's so easy to get to the airport quickly without all of the traffic in Pooler. One of my favorite subdivisions in Port Wentworth is called Rice Hope, so I'm going to link the tour to the Rice Hope subdivision right up here if you want to check that out next. #4 is Bloomingdale. Bloomingdale is kind of straddling the line between suburban and rural countryside, and their median home price is $288,000. My favorite fact about Bloomingdale is that it has a neighborhood in it with an airstrip. So if you own a small private plane, you can actually park it in your backyard, drive it down the street, take off, go wherever it is that you're going, and then land back in the neighborhood, drive back home, and park it in your driveway. How freaking cool is that? Suburb #3 is debatable in my opinion, and I'm going to have to call out the person at Redfin who wrote this article. They are saying that the #3 most affordable suburb is Georgetown, but Georgetown is not really a town. It's more like a nickname for an area, but it's not its own city with its own zip code. It's really just a section of Savannah that's so cool it gets its own nickname, I guess. The median price here in this area is $276,000, and the Georgetown community is probably 15 or 20 minutes from the Savannah city center. #2 on the list is my personal favorite, and clearly I am not biased at all just because I live here. #2 is Springfield. Springfield is in Effingham County, and it's a good 30 miles from downtown Savannah. Now, this is a small town. In fact, the latest 2020 census count puts it at a grand total of, wait for it, 4,000 people. Now, I love Springfield because I'm close enough to the city, and I'm also close enough to the beach that I can go there anytime I want to, but I can buy acreage here in Springfield. So we've got acres, we've got a chicken coop with chickens, we have a giant pond on our property. We can store our motorhome on the property because we are not in a homeowners association, and we can get all of this at a very reasonable price. Springfield has an adorable historic downtown that is undergoing a nice renovation right now. Lots of buildings that were just left abandoned for a long time are being taken over and updated, and it's just got this really cool, funky flavor these days. There are antique stores, lots of restaurants, and there's plenty of new construction going on in Springfield as well for housing. If you want to check out what the schools are like in Effingham County, head on over to greatschools.org to see what you think and if this might be a place where you would want to relocate. And now, according to Redfin, the most affordable suburb has a median sales price of $147,000, and that is Garden City. Garden City is a fairly industrial area, so not a lot of gardens, in my opinion. It's kind of a misnomer. It's only 10 minutes from downtown. It's easy to get to the port if you work at the Savannah Port Authority. It's easy to get anywhere in the downtown or south side Savannah area. But you're not going to find a lot of big fancy homes here with acreage and tons of square footage. You are definitely going to get what you pay for, but you won't be paying a lot, that is for sure. Here at the GCH Group, we do not charge our buyers a fee to work with us, and we currently have room to accept a few more buyer clients right now. So if you've ever thought that maybe now is the right time for you to stop renting and flushing your money down the toilet and get into the housing market, click the link below for a free discovery call with one of the experienced realtors on my team, and let's find out if now is the right time for you to buy your first home.